What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? Chris back with you after a nice long weekend down in Mobile, Alabama. We were down there for the 6th annual Mars conference. Met a great bunch of ladies and gentlemen. Everybody hit it off. It was just awesome. Had a great time. Weather cooperated. Was up in the 80s, almost 90 degrees. Of course, the downfall was that I had to drive 12 hours down there and then 12 hours back. But even that went uneventful. Drove straight through. I think I spent a whole whopping 12 minutes out of the car, and that was just to refuel it. So, yeah, out of 12 hours, that's not bad. But really awesome. If you guys get a chance to go, definitely go down there next time around. No doubt about it. And there'll be some videos out on that as well. Anyway, guys, there's no doubt, once you see these photos, and now some of you might have seen this older photo of this particular SAL. I'm talking about SAL 198. Now, I'm going to show you the original for anybody who hasn't seen this yet. I'm going to show you the photo I covered a while back. It clearly shows either carved stones or intelligently made objects, and you're going to see this. Let me jump over to here because I want to show you this. This is, the photo is the whole area that I'm going to be talking about, but it's this area here. Now, this is not the best photo because it's kind of grainy and it's really not that great. There's an object in here, on this, in the middle and the bottom, as well as all in this here. Now, I've done this before, but like I said, I'm going to recap just to show the people who haven't seen this yet. So, okay, let's have a look. This is that area right there, and you guys can stop this any way you want and use your magnifiers. The reason why I say this is because I'm in Windows Photo Viewer right now, which is really kind of crappy. They're really, the second you start zooming, it really goes to crap. So you can stop this any way you want to and have a look. And of course, I'm going to zoom in for anybody who has tablets or, you know, the phones and stuff like that. Anyway, here's that rock I was telling you about. It has that nice curvature to the face of it. Okay, and it has this, it stops here, has this 90-degree angle corner, goes to the back, goes over to the left a little bit, goes out to the back, goes over, comes back in, and goes to that corner, comes back around. It's really symmetrical, guys. In a way, it's like 99% symmetrical, except for this corner here. This one doesn't have it. But really cool stuff. I mean, you've got this rock right here. It comes down right here. Has this arch shape type to it. I don't know if it's flat down. It's kind of hard. It's kind of vague there to see that, but it almost looks like it almost echoes the top of this. And you can see it's pretty long. It goes from here to the back. Okay. This right here looks like, and I've said this before, it looks like this weird carved animal, only in 2D fashion. You've got the two ears, and you'll see this a little bit better. You got the eye right here. The whole head is right here. The mouth, it's got a little neck, and then it's got the body. Now, whether this is or not, I don't know. Again, there's no way to vet these things ever. Okay? Check this block out right here on the upper right. Nice and straight. Comes down. I thought it just went completely straight down, but it does not. It goes like this and kind of curves in a little bit. See that? But it has this weird, looks like a vent or disc or some sort, like a flat disc on the side of it. And you guys can have a look at that a little bit better. I'm going to just go back down a little bit. You know, just zoom back out a little bit. This way here, if you guys want to stop it here and have a look. I've done this myself where, oh my God, there's no way. There's simply no way. What I love about these guys is they're slick. By putting this orange color, now some of it may be natural, I get that, and some of it may not be. And the reason for that is I think a lot of times do put it over themselves so you don't see any individual colors, meaning if something's silver, if something's black, it just merely looks darker in an orange color, right? There's no way to know seeing the actual color. Now, you can see some color. You can see the rocks that have been broken apart. Here's the crazy thing. They're running over this stuff. Look at this. Wheel tread mark. Wheel tread mark. Now, I've said this before. How small is this item? If your thumb is about the length of this, and you can look this up, guys. Google it. Put Curiosity Rover wheel, and you'll see a couple scientists that have this 20-inch wheel, just the wheel itself, on a table, and they've got their hand on it, and you can almost see, like, it's like from here to here. It's like you're talking about 3, maybe 4. Let's go stretch it to 4 inches for argument's sake. And so you go, okay, then how big are these stones and these blocks? Now, let me show you the better color right here. So this is more natural as far as I'm concerned. You can see a lot more color. See the difference between the two? See how everything's like kind of blended except for a couple of these rocks that have right in here where it seems to be more of a grayish, if you will. Here as well, but not that great. Bringing it here, this looks more natural to the eyes, and Photoshop will do this for you, although I do it manual so I can get a better, get it really tighten up on the colors. And you can see right here, look at this thing. There's no way that this stone, this one here, that these are just, they're just natural. There's no way. And again, we've got that weird block here. with that small detail on the side, because there's no way, again, there's no way to vet this. But this looks weird. It's almost like if you were to tilt your head to the right and look at this thing, it looks like a face has been carved on a flat stone. Like it's got the eye right here, the mouth, and of course this is the head, and then the neck would be over here. I don't know, guys. I couldn't tell you. This almost looks like some kind of weird, like a wing to some kind of, almost like an owl type thing. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that's what it looks like. And again, you've got this weird-looking 2D animal. Looks like it's been carved 2D with the two ears, the eye, the mouth, the head itself, and the body. Now, again, I'll show you this a little bit better right here. Now, this is more zoomed in, and you can see this is a little bit more, this little animal type thing looks a little bit more better where it's brighter and stuff. And, of course, you've got your ID number right here. It's SAW 198. And again, you got this block here, upper right, and it looks like it's got little separations, 1, 2, 3 little separations. So it looks like some kind of weird vented something or other on the side of this block or whatever this thing is. Clearly, this is not natural stuff here. Okay, let's move it along. I'm going to get rid of these right here because I've got a ton of them. Okay, now let's go back to, I'm going to show you just something. This one here was pretty cool. Okay. This one here was pretty neat because it's just simplicity, meaning there's just barely anything in this, but check this out. This is cool. Check this out. You can use it with, again, I'm going to keep it like this. Pause it anywhere you want. You'll see this weird object, this flat, almost looks like a flat steel sticking straight out of this rock, and you've got this block here with 90-degree angles. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can see that now. See that? It has this weird, whatever this is, looks like something steel, a strap or something sticking out of the so-called rock, right? And then you've got this 90-degree angle right here, over 90-degree angle, okay? But there's much more to this photo. Let's have a look in a better color, okay? Now, here you go. Much more pleasant to the eyes and more natural, if you will. And again, Photoshop will do that. It'll actually bring out the real colors. And you can see right here, 90-degree angles, 1, 2, and then goes down. And you've got what this looks like. Like I said, it looks like a piece of steel sticking out of this rock, if you will, but there's more in these pictures than meets the eye, right? Okay, so let's jump over to this one here. This is where it gets really bizarre, and it's that weird thing where it looks like it blends in, but you got to pay attention to details. This was awesome. I decided to go back to this because this has a lot to show, guys. These earlier sols, just compare them. Compare the new sols, which is like 1600 and change, to the older ones, 198 and further in, or like 100, whatever you want to look at. Look at the difference in quality. A lot better, not so sloppy, and that doesn't look so grainy and everything else. They look a lot better, right? So this is what I'm talking about. This one here is neat. Now again, this is on, I'm going to show you this area. The area we're going to look at now, the one with the carved stone was right here on the right. This one here is this object right here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Now check this out. You guys will like this. Look at this stone right here. Supposed stone, if you will. Goes over nice and straight. Nice corner right there. Has this rounded piece. This like point sticking out. Keeps going. And has this other rock. Well, it goes. You can see the whole thing has this nice curvature. But has these nice perfect 90-degree angle. This point sticking out. And of course you've got this other point sticking out. They're like little points along this curve. And then there's two, like, looks like openings, if you will, right here, 1 and 2, and you can see that. That's pretty cool. Now, let's go to the better color, or more natural, if you will, and we'll check that a little bit better. Check this thing out, man. Again, I'll keep it like this for a moment. You guys can pause it. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to zoom in. Check this out. It has, whatever this is, has a slot right here, and you can see it a little bit if I don't zoom in too much. I actually have this in 2 different photos. I'm going to show you that, and of course, you guys will get all the links to this in the description. I've been trying to put them also in the comment section and pin it so you guys can see this a little easier. Won't have to go hunting for you. Just click on the comment, and there you go. So anyway, you've got this right here. Comes over, has this point, has this more to the curve, goes like this, and has these 2 darker areas. It looks like it may be hollow and there's something inside, but it just, my God, this just gets crazy. There's other things in there too, and I'm trying to remember where this other object was, but I think it's over here. And you can see right here, check this out, like this is almost rounded here as well, and has this silverish. Look at the way it's kind of like rectangled off, if you will. But clearly this stuff is not. I mean, guys, check that out. There's no way on God's green earth, or God's Mars, there's no way. Look at this. There's simply no way that that's natural. And I'm going to zoom way in for you guys that are on the phones and on the... Now, to me, this is distorted like hell on my computer screen. But to anybody who has a phone or a tablet will see this much better. There's just no way. It's got a slot in here. You've got this 90-degree angle going on. Point right here. Goes over to here, another point. Goes over. See that nice round? Got that nice roundish piece. And what looks like it's maybe details on the top. It's hard to get this stuff out. I was doing my best to try to bring it out. I'm going to show you this in Photoshop for a moment, too. But check that out. Okay? Let's go to the next photo. Now, again, this is that one I showed you guys earlier, so we'll just jump over that. That's with the curved stone and everything else. Now, this one here is that object is now at the top. See that? Right here. Nice point. Another point with a detail. They're like little details sticking out of this thing. And you can see that pretty darn good. I'm going to just zoom in for you guys on the smaller objects, or phones and tablets. Right here has this weird slotted, you can just see it's blurred out, but they got this slotted area. Point, all the little details, like almost like there's holes in this thing, if you will. Really crazy stuff here, guys. Look at the way this has completely been redacted. Look at the information been totally gone. Look at this. Gone. See the way they squared that off? Completely redacted information. I mean, it's just crazy how they leave some things open and some things they don't. That's what's crazy about this whole thing. Now, let's go to the better colors of this. And you can see that a lot clearer right there, guys. Look at this. I'm looking at this right now with my magnifier. There's no way, no how that this is natural. Now, let's go to the more natural color. And we'll zoom in. Now, I can keep it like this for a moment. You guys can pause it and take a look at it with your magnifiers. And then check this out. No way, no how. And the funny thing about it is, look at the way this thing actually goes down like this here. See that? It's kind of like rounded. Goes down into there. But look at this. Boom. Has this piece sticking out. Nice curvature right here. A little piece sticking out right here. I don't know if there's something actually coming off that. See that? Almost looks like it's got this weird tubing, if you will. See that? In fact, I'm going to zoom way out and I'm going to take a look at it with my magnifier. It may be just the way the rock is next to it. It's actually connected or close to it. But you can see that thing is clear as day, man. This thing is just like, there's no way. See that? There's some kind of, and you can see it's silver right there. See that right there? Take a good look at this area right there. It's actually silver. They didn't cover it with this color because you can clearly see it's silver just like the very edge of this. See this? Right there, it's like a silverish color. Same thing right here. And that thing's almost pristine. If you look at that area, it's literally silver like the edge of this thing. So what they're doing is they're putting this color all over this thing. And don't get me wrong, guys. There may be dust on this and, so on and so forth. I get that. But check that out. How much better can you get on that? That's just crazy. Okay. And again, here's the whole photo. Now, let's jump into Photoshop. I can show you this a little bit better. Here's the photo right here. And I already taken the orange jerky color off and everything else. And check this out. Now, what I did was I tried to go over this, to try to see if there's any other details that would pop out of it. So we're just going to jump right to this here, where I made this bigger. Actually, it was just like this. And we're going to just back out a little bit. Guys, this thing is awesome. But see, a lot of people jump over these photos and don't think to look at them. What's in these things is insane. Look at this. And you can see where it has this like slotted area, if you will. But this is actually silverish, this whole edge. See that? Now you can see where I've actually tried to brighten up to see if I can find anything else. I'm looking for details of what I'm doing. Excuse me. This is the reason why you'll find. See, usually when they use a dodge tool on this, or not the dodge, but the actual burn tool, and you try to go over this, it'll turn different colors. Like there's actual, it's a manipulation that's over it. It's not color. It's not natural. But anyway, you can see that. Okay. Let's keep going. Took some of the color out. And like I said, I'm doing my best to try to find any more details that might be in this photo. And there you go. Now, again, I'm going to see if I can try to find this other. Here's that silvery, or like almost like a concrete color rock, if you will. But check this out. What is this right here? It almost looks like it has some kind of weird hieroglyphs or petroglyphs right here in the squares. Like there's one here, and there's another one on the other side. In other words, they're like this. They're like this here in the front. Of course, I'm doing it like it would be on the top. But picture in the front, and it's going like this. It's angled to the right and to the left. You can see one here. Almost looks like it's got like this little eye on it. And there's another, they're like blocks, and they look like they got petroglyphs or hieroglyphs on it, but you can see something here. Guys, these are not rocks. These are not natural rocks. Now, I'm not saying there's no rocks at all in here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the objects we are looking at between this one here, this and here, and you can see something right here, okay? And this rock here, or the supposed rock on the bottom, no way, man. Look at this. Absolutely looks intelligently made. And here's the weird thing, guys, and I've said this before. They're literally running over this stuff. They're running over it. Let me show you again, because I think it's right here. That's not the one. Let's go to right here. Actually, I'll do the other picture. I'll do the other picture because that's when it shows it at the top. Now here it is at the top. Look at that. They're literally running over these things, running right over these objects. Right there. This whole item sitting right here. This anomaly. There's no way. Look at this. It's got some other features here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Something other, a square block with some kind of weird, funky little item on top, and it's got this other piece here that rounds at the top. See that? Guys, trust me when I tell you, this stuff is not natural. Mars had life on it, period. Now, there is debate whether there is still life on there, but we don't have any proof of that. We don't know. But to me, this is solid proof, along with that other one I showed you guys before, which is this one here. These other stones in the back, this what looks like this weird little creature that's been carved in stone, this block on the upper right, and again, here's the photo. See that? This looks like some kind of little 2D animal somebody carved into this. 1, 2 ears, the eye, the mouth right here. It has this weird design on it, but it has the whole head right here, the little neck, and the body itself. Now, is it some kind of caved animal? It looks that way. That could be my pareidolia playing games. But these other stones? No. These are not natural. These are clearly not natural. There's something else here. This upper right here in the yellow box. No way. Guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you guys think is going on here. I personally believe, I'm going to go ahead and get out of these. I personally believe that there's actual items in here. And again, this is a carved stone, and there's the other new item that we're looking at. Let me see if I can find this again. I just think this is awesome. When you look at this item here, there's no way this is natural. You can clearly see that this thing's been made. There's no way. The way that's designed, you can see it again. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if that's going down like this here. But whatever this thing is, you go, okay, but why would it be mixed amongst the stones? Is it something that that it was part of the ground? Or is it something that just sank in the ground over a course of time? Maybe through the weather. I don't know. But to me, that thing is not, just like the mother carved stone in the other photo, these are not natural. There was life on this planet. There still may be. You know, people may be underground, and all there is just devastation above the ground. I don't know. You guys give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Guys, we only show the real deal here, man. We don't show compression marks. We don't show, pixelations. We show the real deal right here. This is what it's all about. And this, to me, this is awesome. Sometimes you don't have to dig into a photo to find it. Because some of the photos you literally have to blast through and especially the new ones, like I said. If you look at the older ones, look, this is pretty clear. Look at the new ones and compare the photos in quality to these here, and there's no comparison. These are just like pure and a lot better, cleaner. Now, don't get me wrong, they've done these for a long time. It goes up to, oh boy, I don't even know what solid is where they really started to go into trashy kind of, or just more manipulation, obfuscation, if you will. I don't know. I can't say exact number, but you can see as the time progressed, it's almost like the nearer they got to more serious anomalies, they really went to town on these photos. But to me, again, this to me screams intelligently made. Absolutely. And again, this thing sticking out here on the right, sticking out of the so-called rock, and you've got this 90-degree angle here, one here, and then down. I mean, guys, take a look at some of these things. Look at this. All of these here. Take the photos and look at them yourself with a magnifier. Look at this. This little piece right here. These items sticking up. Look at this. I'm looking at it with the magnifying glass right now. There's no way that this stuff is natural. And a lot of these things, guys, these guys have been manipulating and obfuscating and messing with these photos since before the moon missions. That's right, because they had orbiter photos. So they've been doing it long before they even had any manned missions, and they're doing the same thing in here on Mars. any other planets in the solar system, so on and so forth. This is nothing new. They've been doing this for a long time now, and this shows it. I mean, this clearly shows that. There you go. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep it too much longer. I believe there was life 100%, unless, of course, these photos are completely fake, and I don't believe that they are, because here's the thing. Again, and I've said this 100 times, people keep saying, oh, well, that's because it's right here on Earth they're filming it. They never went to Mars. That's not entirely true. I personally, if I was NASA, JPL, and of course I can't justify why they're still showing these things in the photo, but if they wanted to be completely, have nothing at all, no anomalies in these photos, they would not let that thing sit in the photo. There's just no way. They wouldn't do that. So is it kind of a slow disclosure, meaning NASA or JPL, whoever else has got their fingers in these photos, are they saying, listen, the people who want to find the truth will look for the truth? And again, then it will desensitize you, so when the truth really does come out, you won't be totally shocked about it. You won't. Because you're going to be like, I've seen these things on these videos and stuff like that. These guys were showing these, and oh my God, I mean, I'm not even surprised. They finally came out with the truth. Now, what happens if they never showed a bit of evidence, and all of a sudden they said, by the way, there's life on there, and we never seen not even the first video about any anomalies on Mars? A lot of people would be shocked, like, oh my God, in a good way, and then some people not so much. So, give me your take on it, guys. Do you think there's still life on the planet? Now, when you've seen these photos, do you believe that this is intelligently made? I believe they are. There's no way those are natural. Both the photos I showed you, the one I showed you before with the carved rock and the other stones, and the other one has that weird, looks like a 2D carved animal in a rock. And then you've got this new object I just found in the ground. Are these naturally occurring? I don't believe so. But I always give you guys the last word. You guys tell me what's going on. Do you believe this? Again, do you believe there's still life there? We know that there was life. Do you still believe there is? So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. I wanted to knock this video out because it's been a while since I've made another one. And, of course, I was down, like I said, in Mobile, Alabama over the weekend. And, of course, it was 1 hour time zone difference. So, yeah, that catches up on you. You do a 12-hour drive and then, different time zones and so on and so forth. You can only imagine. It takes a good couple of days to even catch up to the sleep because I wasn't able to sleep down there. Just too pumped up for the whole thing. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.